Hey, what's up, guys? So it's Trains of Faces here. So today we're going to be talking about a series made by the YouTuber Daylight3. It's called Sodor's Forest Horrors. So let's get started. Okay, so with the new finale of the series recently out, this brought up some questions. We already know some characters like Edward died after having a collision with Murdoch. But some characters didn't get the outcome of their demise as Edward did. The first one being Diesel 10. He, of course, pushed Lady into the water, but we never got to know what happened to him. It's possible he, just, went underwater and was never found. But then how is Lady above the water? Of course, we know Lady is a lighter engine than Diesel 10, and Diesel 10 is much heavier. But I think we should still have seen something from him. So that brings us to the question today. Where's Diesel 10? Now let's move on to some more characters that we didn't get to see the outcome for. Okay, do you see one thing in common with everyone that I'm showing here? Yes, so these are all the engines, besides D261 throughout the series, that were taken by Lady. So, of course, we know Gordon and Toby, they died, but this brings up some things. As we saw in James and the New Engine, Gordon's corpse was seen during the chase scene, and during that episode with Ivo Hugh, Toby was seen in the smelter's yard with Donald and Lady. And yes, Duck was seen buried under rubble. But I have a conclusion. Thanks to the finale of the series. And it's all thanks to Percy. Do you see anything here that catches your eye? Look to the corner of the screen. That's right, Percy. At the ending credits of the episode, we see this little fuckhead run past Farquhar, confirming that he is alive. And I know you're all going to say, oh, he got defeated at the ending. And out of the 4 of these guys that were defeated in the series, it's only to say that Percy and Donald were the only ones that weren't actually defeated. And I mean, yeah, I guess you could say that Donald was defeated in the burning smelting yards, because it did say that 2 deceived were in there. And I mean, I guess you can assume that Donald and Toby were there, but Donald's whistle was heard at the bridge scene with Thomas, Lily, Douglas, and the corrupted Percy. How could that be if Donald was at the smelters? And Warship didn't kill Percy, he just scared him off. But people are like, oh, if Lady died, wouldn't all the deceived die? Once again, explain this. So I asked Daylight3, and here's how it went. I said, will there possibly be another series? I would love to know what happened to Warship, and I would love to see how things turn out for Percy, Duck, Toby, Oliver, Donald, Toad, and Gordon. As this is only my opinion, but it doesn't feel right to see Percy and the others still roaming about. And then Daylight3 commented, honestly, I am considering continuing a few episodes, but it isn't guaranteed. So, this could possibly mean that either a second series is going to come out, or we're going to get a couple more episodes, and hopefully a good outcome for Warship and then the Deceived engines. Now, on to my take on how I would continue the rest of the episodes. So, it would start with rebuilding the ironworks, and eventually finding Warship. Once Warship is found, a couple nights later, Percy runs by Farquhar again. However, Thomas has already talked to the military about this, and Warship and the others are able to capture Percy and take him back to the military base. The same thing happens to Donald. However, Douglas is there. So, with Douglas kind of talking to Donald, I think this would help bring him back. At least, where, he can talk, but, he still looks somewhat demonic. I think also Thomas does the same thing with Percy. But thanks to Lady, she used Donald and Toby in the ritual, making them powerful and not as easy to unpossess. But I think if they tried hard enough, they could get Donald back to normal, as well as Toby once they catch him. Now, we know Gordon obviously can't be brought back since, he's dead, and he was pushed into the smelting pit. But we can still bring back Duck, Oliver, and Toad. And Percy, who I forgot to mention with Donald and Toby, they could also get him back to normal. Then, once they're all back at Tim Sheds again, the engines that were taken by Lady can kind of talk about what happened. And the whole Little Western crew, as well as the Farquhar crew, can be reunited again. And Sir Bertram Topham Hatt can have some scenes, since he's the new controller of the railway. And that, you guys, is my video on how I would take the last few episodes of Sodor's Forest Horrors, and just some thoughts about the new episode. I thank you all for watching. Make sure to go subscribe to Daylight 3, since he is the controller of the series. I thank you all for watching, and have a good day.